What's up, everybody? It's your boy Smooth, and you watching Off the Rack, the show we tap in with all the real tastemakers behind the DMV's fashion and culture. Tonight I pulled up to Woodbridge, Virginia to check out a spot with one of the biggest sneaker selections in the region and even bigger personalities. Welcome to Unique Souls. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, we got the man of the hour here, the one and only owner to Unique Souls. You can find him on IG and all the social media platforms at Unique Souls VA. Bryan, my brother, how you doing?
You good, brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. So we just gonna jump right into it. So at first we talked off camera and you said that you've been doing this professionally for the past 5 years. Mm-hmm. When and how did you first become interested in resale clothes and sneakers?
So pretty much like about 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? My dad, for my birthday, bought me a pair of rookies and shit like about 11 years ago and stuff. And pretty much from there, what I did was, you know what I'm saying, I used to mow grass, try to get another pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Then one of the pair of shoes I bought was off Facebook Marketplace, you know what I'm saying? Back this was a group called DMV Addicted to All Things Fresh.
Yeah.
I remember that joint now, but pretty much I bought a pair of shoes there for 100 and then pretty much reposted it for 170 and so I just kept doing the routine and stuff too, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much from there I kind of like got stuck to it and then I proceeded to do it more professionally like about 5-6 years ago, yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people might know you from the Whatnot app. For those that don't know what Whatnot is, it's a live auctioning app. They might know you for your wild roast and your energy. When did you first realize your personality was your business?
So pretty much at first it wasn't my face doing Whatnot. Actually I got introduced to Whatnot about 3 years ago.
Okay.
When we started doing Whatnot, I got my other homeboy to do it, but we was getting lowballed, we was losing money until, you know, he was kind of like, you know, his personality wasn't the craziest. So I put myself on there. I was like, let me put a character out there for me. Yeah. And then after that, people just bought it because it was me pretty much selling the shoe. And so pretty much like wild things happen. People tip me for dudes like, you know, random stuff and you know, take my shirt off for $100 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like cool stuff like that for real. But it came like a routine, which way we could do it every week. You know, I can give opportunity to the kids that work here too as well. You know what I'm saying? They get a little more pay. So pretty much it gives me more of this, more options, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you've built something pretty dope here and in Puerto Rico. For those that don't know, he has another storefront in Puerto Rico. What made you want to plant the flag there as well?
So Puerto Rico, actually, there's a co-owner, John, that's my brother pretty much, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to open up something in Puerto Rico to see how his hometown did pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But right now, he moved forward to the Pokemon side. Yeah. Pokemon in Puerto Rico is crazy right now. So right now, he's doing that full time in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
For sure. Pokemon's crazy, man. Everybody's kind of doing it. Yeah. I see one of my hood friends come through with a Pokemon slab case. I'm like, that's just something different nowadays. People just collect stuff nowadays and stuff like that too.
So you've got one of the biggest sneaker selections in the region. What's your secret to sourcing so many sneakers, especially with your travels?
Pretty much every day we post that we buying. You know, the more you post it, the more the word spreads out, so people are able to bring shoes in. And the more it comes in, the more variety comes in. Not just, you know what I'm saying, a pair of Jordans, but we get, you know what I'm saying, antiques in, like cross figures, designer, you know what I'm saying, good pieces, one of ones. We got a little bit of everything that comes in, like, you know what I'm saying, like we had this custom made Prada jacket come in. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of everything for real. Like when it comes to a fashion perspective, I look and reach out to things like Rick Owens and stuff to see what's hot, what's coming out, and I try to aim for that and put the graphic over here for us. You know what I'm saying? So
that leads me to my next question. So what's something that an average customer doesn't know about running this behind the scenes of a resale store? A
resale store, I mean, everyone thinks that we make $1 million. We don't. Our margins when it comes to our sneakers are very small. You know what I'm saying? If I pay 100, I sell for 140, 150, and then I have my customers come in trying to negotiate $20. I'm not about to lose a sale now. So, you know, when you see prices when it comes to sneakers, a lot of the same shoes have different prices. It's all about what we pay. You know, we pay low, we sell low. We pay high, we got sell a little higher. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's everyone thinks they walk in like, oh my God, Bryan's making this much amount of money. It's not really like that. I try to put the best routines and prices on all my sneakers to, you know, have a good shopping experience.
Yeah. So back to my second question. So I was doing a little bit of research and a source of mine might have mentioned that you might have been banned before. Is there any truth to that? Is there anything you
banned in it with like Whatnot?
Yeah.
So on Whatnot, there was a scenario I can't really speak about, but a scenario that happened in store.
Okay.
It was an altercation between two people, and that got me banned for about a year. I just got into Whatnot back on it like, I want to say a few months ago. Okay,
so you on a fresh new run now.
You
took a little break and then you back.
Absolutely.
How hard was it for you to build your following back up there?
Honestly, I really had a big following when it comes to Whatnot. All I had to do, luckily I do have a huge page.
Yeah.
So I just posted it and went crazy the first time. But then afterwards like that. So people just like seeing me go and Whatnot. Literally, it was like $400 in just tips people just gave me. Just to see my face, like, you know what I'm saying?
In one night.
In one night,
So if you had to build a Mount Rushmore of sneakers, your personal selection, just 4 pairs, what 4 would you go with?
All right, the best sneaker of all time, in my opinion, is a 2011 Bordeaux 7. I'm an OG guy. I like them. But the buttery suede on them Jones at the time was crazy. Like those beef and broccoli Timberlands. I just feel like that's got an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? Concord 11. Actually, this release right here is my favorite release. This one actually got me into sneakers. This Concord release during this time in 2011 created all the chaos, and the shoe is just dope. You know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much up there as well. If we're going towards hype, I think the Yeezy 10 ones from Nike or the Kanye jumps. I think those are crazy as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the top 4 for real, man.
That wasn't too hard for you. I know a lot of people when I ask that, they're scrambling, all that. One, I was kind of interested. Most people go with the Forces, so I didn't, I was kind of surprised, but I like the fact that you were able to, you picked out some
I've been in the game for a while, man, so it's kind of like kind of easy, like just because I grew up and I knew what I liked, and I like it even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Right now, comfortability purposes, I'm a bigger guy, so I wear Asics. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I go with the flow pretty much.
I got you. So what's one sneaker sale or moment that really put Unique Souls on the map for you?
So pretty much, when we first opened the store, it wasn't this location. We had a small location about the size of half of this room. I remember when I first opened, somebody on Twitter, I forgot who it was, retweeted us, and we got pretty popular. It was a big DMV artist. It might have been Fat Trail, but I think it was Big Flock. One of the two, right? And then from there, I guess people just came through to the shop when I first opened it. And, at the time, we had like 200 pair of shoes, but, we was making numbers those days. We were able to increase and grow it type. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I think it wasn't one sale. I just think it was more of a movement that week we had to the point where we realized we could do this full time.
And I also did a little bit of research ahead of time, and actually we talked about this off camera where you said that Unique Souls wasn't the original name. So what was the original name, and why did you change it to Unique Souls? So
let's rewind back when I first started my IG back when I was like 15. I used to be called Savage Kicks.
Savage Kicks.
So cause so pretty much back in the hood they used to call me Savage. So pretty much from there, I kind of made that into my routine and my whole kind of way of moving with my business and stuff. Then after that, for some reason, I liked the Unique name, so it was Unique Savages. But when I was Unique Savages, at the time, I was moving around Waldorf, PG County, and Wheaton.
Shout out to Mob,
You know what I'm saying? So I started off in Maryland, actually. I didn't start off in my hometown, so pretty much in Maryland. I kind of changed the name when I was in Waldorf. And then right before I opened this store, I had a store where I was subleasing a store called Core in the National Harbor.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was there, pretty much some unfortunate things happened with the owner, so we had to move. And after that, when I came to Woodbridge and I said, might as well open a store in my hometown, right? They told me I couldn't use the word savage.
Why?
Because I guess, I don't know. You go into a county, you know what I'm saying?
They wanted
and they're like, savage? Nah, bro.
Yeah, they want to portray the nice little friendly, you know what I'm saying? I get that, though.
So pretty much, I looked up Unique Souls on Instagram. No one had it, so I just took it with me and I went with it. You know,
so with a lot of resale platforms like Go, StockX, and even Instagram, why do you feel it's important for people? Why do you still believe people still come in to physical shops like this to shop?
One thing about online though, you can get paper towels cheaper online than you go to Walmart. But sometimes it's not really about shopping online. Sometimes people want to get up in their day and go somewhere and actually put something on, enjoy the shoe, feel it. One thing you can do with myself, my shoes are not wrapped. You can grab a pair of shoes, feel it, touch it, try it on. You don't like it, put it back. You like it, get it. I like the experience and the conversation I can get with somebody when it comes to a pair of sneakers. So pretty much, this is not only just a sneaker store. There's a story behind every single used shoe, and every single brand new shoe. And then people in there just, they can come and talk to me about it, and I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about experience, bro. You go to Walmart because you want to get up and do something. It's the same thing when it comes to sneakers. It will never die.
So you talked about a little bit earlier, you said, you're a bigger guy, you have, comfort, Asics, obviously is like one of your go-to shoes. What's something about your your sense of style that you probably feel like a lot of people in DMV don't do?
So pretty much, I go with comfortability, but also one thing the brands are going with now is the oversized look.
Yeah.
You know, Balenciaga was big on there, but also like Raspberry Hills, HMBD. Those brands are bringing back the oversized thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the bigger influencers in the world are big guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big extra plug, Drewski. Actually, Drewski was in here one day. Yeah.
Wow, you got some big names.
Yeah, So pretty much, it's the same thing overall. You know, they're trying to, also, defeat the purpose to the point where big guys can wear good clothing. And enjoying that, I wear Raspberry Hills all the time, HMBD, with everything, bro, for real.
So your sneaker store has your sneakers has its own energy. So what's one thing like non-shoe item in here that probably could tell the story of Unique Souls?
Non-shoe item for real. So I like that painting. I know it's not a shoe specifically, but there's a painting made for my tag guy. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I got a tattoo from him. I met him through the store. One day he showed up at my anniversary, but he's my 2 year. There's a YouTube video about that as well. He came through and he took about 4 or 5 days to make that painting and pretty much buy it to me. And that's kind of the influence I have, to the point where people come here just to have a chat, cool and chill. So I'm making more of things like that. Was more than like a gift that, when it comes to a situation like a sneaker store, I'm all about that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really about sneakers. I can sell anything, and of course I can bring anything in the show. You know what I'm saying? So
with so many sneaker options today, what's the last pair that made you stop in your tracks, like while you were scrolling? Like something that was completely different, like I ain't seen nothing like this before. Like it took your attention.
That's crazy, bro.
You've seen them all.
I've seen a lot though, but a pair that kind of like made me stop was the Gamma 11 that's coming out December.
Okay, yeah, I remember I couldn't get those joints the first time. I think it was like a couple years back. I couldn't get them. I remember I had bots and everything. I remember entering the lotteries, raffles, everything. I still couldn't get them.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a Gamma 11, the same thing here. The time that shoe came out, the 11 hype was just ridiculous. And I guess that sneaker at the time, people couldn't really get it. Now we're older. It's been, since 2013 since it came out. Now it's about 13 years later, but it come out again. We're older, we can finance ourselves. I feel like that shoe is going to be much better than the last couple of releases we had, the 11 every year. Just because, that's a shoe we all wanted, we couldn't get anymore. So that jump, I'm ready for that jump for real. Gamma 11, so December. We have a lot of them, honestly.
In 3 words, how do you keep your inventory both fresh and lethal, especially when it comes to new drops?
So every day, of course, I get people saying, "Y'all getting these shoes?" And I do this one thing that I hate, bro. I do this one thing where I'm like, I feel like I know what they're talking about, but I don't feel like I know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you gotta keep them interested.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, those new Sean Cliver flight posits coming out. Yeah, I want to get a few pair of those. I look them up. Okay, I need a couple pair of them jobs. I had no idea what he was talking about, but every time someone does that, it enlightens me there's a new release coming out, so I'm gonna get a couple pair for them so the people can come in and buy them. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like your own keep your ear to the streets.
My customers keep me in the loop type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, if you can predict one DMV fashion trend for this upcoming next year, what do you think it would be? From everything that you've seen, everything that you got in the store, might be a certain shoe, maybe something that you've seen kind of underground that you'd be like, you know what? Because a lot of different items and pieces, they kind of blow up at different times in different states. So what do you think like the next trend is for the DMV?
I think foam posits, flight posits, and the baggy fit. The baggy fit, baggy jeans, baggy everything. I know people some doing like somewhat of that, but I feel like that's gonna really be something for next year because a lot of the the brands are making bulky shoes now. They've been doing it, but something about now though. I don't know if you've seen those Louis Vuitton 10XLs.
Yeah.
People are just going with the bigger, the baggier fits, the Fat Joe era with the long white tees and stuff. I like that era, and I feel like if it would come back DMV wise, I feel like it would because we're always been a staple with foam posits, and foam posits don't look in skinny jeans. So I think some baggy fits would be for you know what I'm saying.
For this next and last segment, we're gonna do a game. We're gonna play Smooth or Not. So I'm gonna name a couple of items, and then you're gonna tell me whether it's smooth or not. Get your take on it. All right, the Balenciaga, the 3XL sneakers.
Valid, smooth.
Valid. Rick Owen Kiss boots.
Rick Owen, Rick Owen is my favorite brand right now, but those are kind of wild. But
wow, you don't mess with them.
They smooth. It's Rick Owen. Come on now, it's Ricky. Ricky.
Jordan 4 military blues.
They didn't do it right this time, bro.
Wow.
They didn't do them right.
The Adidas Sambas.
Samba's always gonna be a classic. I grew up with soccer, so Samba's always in the bloodline. So smooth for sure.
Okay. So Bottega Desires, we're gonna go to a brand this time.
Bottega Desires, they're doing it right though. They're making their stuff mad exclusive. I want so much of their stuff and I can't get it.
What do you think is like the hardest thing about trying to get your hands on some of that?
You know, I just feel like when it comes to a list, it's all about authenticity and where it comes from, and as well when it comes to what people want. Bottega, you know, they have stuff like this, for example. You know, it's a Balenciaga, but they'll put Bottega on it. It looks just fire, and it's 2-3 times more affordable. And I just feel like it just brings out the popping colors for that one.
You think exclusivity kind of plays a role in that?
I think so as well. And I'm pretty sure like a lot of their stuff is like really, really, you know what I'm saying, low quality. So I feel like they want to keep it that way when it comes to like, you know.
So the Salmon XT6 sneakers, you know what that is? It's like a streetwear staple, like hiker cosplay.
Those are fire. I like those a lot. Like I said, comfortability plays a part, but those are fire. Smooth.
New Balance 2002 R, the protection pack.
I think that's one of the best New Balances of all time.
For real?
I think so. Just because, you know, DMV is a staple of, you know, New Balance and stuff like that too. But when it comes to a worldwide spread, the 2002 R, especially the Rain Cloud and the Phantom colorway, kind of made that staple all over the world that the New Balance is really the most comfortable. And also, of course, Asics, of course, in my opinion, that's all I wear, right? But when it comes to a New Balance, though, exclusivity, the Joe Fresh good, the DC influence, though, New Balance is just killing it. That's one of the best ones, in my opinion.
So we're just going to throw another one in there. So how do you think it goes up with the 990s?
990s are cool though, but 990s is trenches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 990s is what you wear every day when you want to go to Walmart, when you want to go somewhere here.
Yeah.
The 2002 protection packs is more you want to go out, get comfortable, but also have it fit on. You know what I'm saying? But 990s is trenches. I'll do that.
Okay. Appreciate the time with Bryan. Appreciate you.
Anytime, man.
All right, that's a wrap on Unique Souls. Shout out Bryan and them. If you ever in the area in Woodbridge or in Puerto Rico, make sure to stop by. This has been Off the Rack. I'm Smooth, and until next time, take care.